Yeah, 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 yeah. Oh, thank you very much. I can see from the thumbs up that we're good to go. Thanks very much. I can't read people's names from this far away. Later on, I'll get myself a webcam or something like that, and then we'll go with that. But thank you very much, everybody, for stopping by today to check out this, the first of what I hope will be many, many live shows that I hope to do online, both as a solo artist and perhaps when all of this business blows over and we're able to gather together in a single room, perhaps we'll put a little band together again. How about that? How's that for an idea? Yes, indeed. So some of the stuff that we'll be doing today, you may have never heard. They're new songs that I've written and I have never had a chance to record. I know that we've got a lot of friends watching from way far away for this first of the 3 shows. This show is specially designed for our friends in Germany and in France and in England. And so I know a lot of you haven't had a chance to hear the new songs because you can't come to a club to see me play. But I hope very much that you'll love them anyway. Also, I think a lot of you have never heard me just play solo like this. So that's kind of probably new for you too. Here we go. This first one is just a little blues number that kind of swings a little bit. It's kind of relaxing. Yeah. This is called In With the Blues. I had a gal in Baton Rouge who used to wanna go cruising every night of my 68 Chevelle, with the windows rolled down and the music up loud, smoking skunk and getting real swell. Well, she found out she could trade up to a continental ragtop. She drove it up loud that same afternoon. Well, she hit that open road, and it was out with the old and the In with the blues. He was a Brooklyn Valentino in a short brim Borsalino and a hooked and crooked crocodile smile, crocking wiles and telling lies with those chocolate brown eyes under rough and lazy lullaby jive. And how many times had I heard she would always prefer a man who was trusty and true. Well, she struck on that gigolo, and it was out with the old and in with the blues one more time. Do that one more time. She says, our love is forever, and she meant it when she said it. But the shifting sands of circumstance make it likely she'll forget it. I was the one and only one. I was Fortune's favorite son. I was born to a belle in Baton Rouge. But now our love has gone cold, and so it's out with the out and with a blues. I said Ian, I said Ian with a blues. And that's Golden with the Blues. Thank you very much. I'm just going to assume that you're clapping like crazy. There we go. Oops. So we're going to do one that you may remember. It was off of a record called, it was called Quicksand. It actually sounds, I think, better on the old acoustic guitar. Though I got to be careful not to play too fast. It starts sounding like a bluegrass song. So I've got to settle down, relax, and just swing it. Here we go. It's that jelly roll that's got me in a jam. Well, it's a quarter past dinner time, and I got me this plan. Oh, to go and place an order with my sweet Suzanne. Oh, tell her, baby, you can cook it like no other gal can. Let me be your ever-loving, hugging, big hungry man. But don't you spread that jelly too thin, no. Don't you spread that jelly too thin. I know the other fellas like to eat at your counter. Don't you spread it, don't you spread it too thin. Now don't you spread that jelly too thin. No, no, don't you spread that jelly too thin. Our deliveries are easy and the skillet's hot and greasy. Don't you spread it, don't you spread it too. Here we go now. Yeah. Baby, I love a cornmeal biscuits and a raspberry jam. I like the liquor shine without a honey glazed ham. Give me a Coney Island red hot, fry 'em up in the pan, and add a heaping helping of my sweet Suzanne. But don't you spread that jelly too thin. No, no, don't you spread that jelly too thin. I know the other fellas like to eat at your counter. Don't you spread it too thin. Now don't you spread that jelly too thin. No, no, don't you spread that jelly too thin. I see the butter melting on that hot corn muffin. Don't you spread it one more time now. She got a big pumpernickel, baby, that's no lie. And if you don't want to eat it, she'll find some other guy. 'Cause if she opened up a dime, they'd be standing in line, shouting, hey, Susan, mama now, oh my, my. But don't you spread that jelly too thin. No, no, don't you spread that jelly too thin. I know the other always like to eat at your counter. Don't you spread it, don't you spread it too thin. Now don't you spread that jelly too thin, no. Don't you spread that jelly too thin. Deliveries are easy and the skillet's hot and greasy. Don't you spread it, don't you spread it too thin. That was called the Jelly Song. And you're very welcome. Okay, let's do, I want to do something mellow again. And I think the only thing I have to say about this next song is that some people have noticed that I don't wear a thumb pick. A lot of people who play guitar in my style, they often have a thumb pick. And, I tell people the reason why I don't wear a thumb pick is because I like the sound of the fleshy part of my thumb hitting the string. It sounds more like an old-time, sort of like an old-time bass, a bass fiddle, contrabass. Like that. Blackbird, way up in the sky. When you turn a lazy circle, you turn a blind eye. Don't you tell the one you saw me at the corner 5 and dime, with a nagging notion floating in the corner of my mind. I hear the blackbird singing, who mills these chains? I hear the blackbird crying, who fans these flames? Blackbird like the riddle, but he ain't never gonna tell about a drowsy purgatory and the road out of hell. I'm singing so long, Papa, so long. When you get up in the morning, I'll be done long gone. When the frog and the rushers sings a rusty bagatelle, I'll be walking like a Texan on the road out of hell at one time. One more time. Well, hey, Brother Badger, who's that calling me from the gravel in the shadows, from the thistles in the weeds, the song of the cicada in the flabby summer heat, and the dust devil spinning in the middle of the street? I'm asking, hey, Brother Badger, tell me, is it true? Are there ghosts in the alley? Are there angels on the roof? Does the wind in the pines really whisper fairly well? Does the long crooked bow point to the road out of hell? I'm singing so long, baby, so long. When you get up in the morning, I've been done long gone. When the frog and the rushers sings a rusty bagatelle, I'll be walking like a Texan on the road out in one more time. Badger, hear the blackbird swinging in the trees, sing a song about a schemer and a dark epiphany. Come the break of the dawn, there'll be one less sleepy soul to flounder in the darkness and to stumble in the cold. Well, about you hear the blackbird swinging in the pines, sing a song about a steamer and a race against time. In the still of the morning, you can hear those angels yell, waking up the dreamers on the road of hell. I'm singing so long, Papa, so long. So long, Papa, so long. I'll be walking like a Texan on the road of hell. And there you have it. Thank you very much. Alrighty. So, what do we got here that's interesting? I was thinking about doing this one. This one was recently recorded by another band, and I forgot their name. I should have looked it up before the show started. Oh, my goodness. They're from Toronto. They're probably not tuned in right now. Anyway, they're probably going to tune into the 8 o'clock show. But they're a wonderful combo, and I'll put it on the Facebook page. And anyway that I could tell you about them, they've done their own version of it. It's really lovely to see other bands doing Jake songs. This one is sort of based on an old gospel music progression. There's a couple of songs like this. And anyway, I think it's just time for us to start thinking a little bit more about changing the world. I mean, clearly, you and I, we've always known that things were a little bit fucked up, but come on, this is ridiculous. So maybe now, if we start talking about some sort of political change, some sort of spiritual change, some sort of mental change, maybe people will start taking it more seriously. So this is it. This is called Music in the Street. Here it goes. I hear the music when I'm walking down the street. I hear the sound of a sweet melody, and a single voice, Lord, could start a revolution. And I do believe in the song, and I do believe the time has come. I hear the sound of people aching to be free. I see the power and the numbers in the street, and a single voice, Lord, could start a revolution. And I do believe in the song, and I do believe the time has come. Let me hear you singing, yeah, oh yeah. Raise your hands up high, raise your hands up high. Let me hear you singing, yeah, oh yeah. Raise your hands up, your hands up, your hands up high now. I hear a voice that's doubtful, I hear another one that is afraid, measuring the gains against the things they take away. But you can't tell me that all of that money is better than a better world. Oh no, I do believe in the song, and I do believe the time has come. Let me hear you singing, yeah, yeah. Raise your hands up high, raise your hands up high. Let me hear you singing, yeah, oh yeah. Raise your hands up, your hands up, your hands up high now. I hear the music when I'm walking down the street. I hear the sound of a sweet melody, and a single voice, Lord, could start a revolution. And I do believe in the song, and I do believe the time has come, and I do believe in the song. And there we have it right there. I think we're peaking a little bit. I think the sound might be feeding back for some of you, so I'm just going to turn down my microphone a tad on the monitor here on the screen so that we're not peaking out too much. Now, hopefully that'll work. Here we go. Check 1, 2, 3. I think that's a little bit better. That should prevent a little feedback. There we go. I'm going to do one just a lot of you might remember from the old days. This was a song that I wrote for my wife, not my wife, sorry, my sister's wedding. And it became something that a lot of people have talked about covering and stuff like that. So it's like a jazz standard a bit. It's not a jazz standard. It just sounds a little bit like one. Well, I don't care about the bugs on the vine, nor if they comes off the field in time till the cows come home. It would suit me fine to rest with you down here in the shade. Well, the town is burning up in the humidity, but the grass is cool beneath the willow tree. You can set yourself down if you're good to me, and we could spend forever together in the summer haze. Well, when the days get too rough, I'll throw a parade. When the times get you blue, I'll be your holiday. I'll make you breakfast, toast and marmalade. When the sun's too hot, I'll be your shade. 'Cause even when it's hot and sticky outside, I know in my heart that I will be satisfied if I could spend the rest of my life together with you in the summer haze. Here we go now. Well, when the days get too rough, I'll throw a parade. When the times get you blue, I'll be your holiday. I'll make you breakfast, toast and marmalade. When the sun's too hot, I'll be your shade. 'Cause even when it's hot and sticky outside, I know in my heart that I will be satisfied if I could spend the rest of my life together with you in the summer haze. Oh yeah, I love that song. Every once in a while, I like to write a song if I can. That feels like pure desire. This is, I think, one of the more successful ones of that style. This is called A Wolf Surrenders to Fate. In the slouch of a wee crooked street, in the door of a dark saloon, There's a girl who's lit up by the moon, my Lord, and the song won't let memory sleep. Well, there's a gourmet with a maestro, frying bacon on a piccolo snap, with some bebop Baudelaire, my Lord, and the gut stratum contrabasso. And it seems I have lost my way, oh Lord. It seems I have lost my way. And the wolf would bid me to take up the moon if I could get back there again. Where the music is lovely and sad, and the cadence is slippery and sweet, like sex in the sweltering heat, my Lord, like dancers who slink to the jazz. Well, they grind and they sweat and they steam and they sink themselves deep into pleasure, and they smolder where others are smothered, Lord, and they dance that the timid might dream. Well, it seems I have lost my way, oh Lord. Seems I have lost my way, and the wolf would bid me to take up the moon if I could get back there again. And her fingertips snake up my sleeve, and her cherry lips brush up my ear, and she tells me what I wanted to hear, my Lord, what I wanted so much to believe. She says, ain't it true that a wolf can't be blamed for craving the raw taste of flesh, and his temptation much different than this, my Lord, when hunger and desire feel the same. And it seems I have lost my way, oh Lord. It seems I have lost my way, and the wolf would bid me to take up the moon if I could get back there again. I waste a whole minute to go look for a phone. I find one down by the station. Don't waste my time on explanations, Lord. I just tell them I ain't never coming home. Coming home. That's called A Wolf Surrenders to Fate. And you know what? I don't know what records. I think it's on a record that we sort of didn't officially release ever. Some of you may have had it because I sell it occasionally at live shows. I think it's called Live Faust, Die Jung. And there's a version of it on that record. It's a fairly good version. It's an unusual record for Jake fans. It's a bit different. Anyway, I gotta put on my glasses to read my set list. But let's do another song about desire, except we'll do the flip side. This is and this is a little bit different from what you might be used to. It's like an Irish song. It's like a Celtic song. I wrote this a couple of years ago, and it's just one of those songs that someone might write, and then you have a recording project, and it just simply never makes it to the record, and then another recording project comes up, and it never makes it to the record, and it just sort of goes on a pile on your desk, and then it disappears. And I had literally forgotten about this song until I was doing a show in a small town not too far away from here called Kitchener, Ontario, and a fella walked up to me and said, "Oh, why don't you ever perform that Irish song?" And I literally told him, "I don't know what you're talking about," because I had forgotten. No kidding, I had forgotten that I'd written a song. I had to go back to the virtual desk where it was lost and dig it up. And I said, "Oh yeah, that song, sure." So it's kind of sentimental. I did it last St. Patrick's Day, not the one past, because mostly everything was shut down by the time St. Patrick's Day rolled around. But 2 St. Patrick's Days ago, back in, I guess that would have been 2019. And the chorus, there's a sing-along part that goes, la da da dee da da dee. And I got the audience to sing along. It was so nice to have them singing along. And so the song ended up going back into my regular rotation because I just enjoyed listening to people sing it. So here we go. A sad little number called O'Flaherty's Moons. On the last luckless day of a gravel grey March, O'Flaherty wanders the streets after dark, and he stands in the place where he once met a girl. And he thinks of a love that is timeless and pure, and he looks to the stars with his arms open wide, and declares a great longing to an indifferent sky. And he throws back his head, and he lets slip a tune. How that springs like the blood from O'Flaherty's wounds. La da da dee da da dee. Are you singing along? La da da dee da da dee. Her eyes burned with bliss as she begged him his kiss. On a dingy, dirty side street he met with her lips, and he swore a great love that would last his life long. One morning in summer he found she was gone, and how can it be that a man so beset think of joy and of sorrow but never regret? How does love still endure for the woman he knew, who drew blood and brought light from O'Flaherty's wounds? La da da dee da da dee. La da da dee da da dee. And as the last clutch of winter holds fast to the streets, O'Flaherty dances with wings on his feet, and this bastard stigmata that spills on his sleeve fills him with wonder and sweet ecstasy. And so they all gather like pilgrims in kind, the loveless and drunken and sickly of mind, and the wind chills their flesh like the stone on the tomb. Still they bow into the warmth of O'Flaherty's wounds. La da da dee da da dee. La da da dee da da dee. Here we go. And it's neither this moon nor this yellow lamplight that lets us throw shadows out here in the night. Shadows drop to their knees behind me and you, as they bow to the light in O'Flaherty's wounds. La-da-da-dee-da-da-dee. As they bow to the light in O'Flaherty's wounds. And there you have it. Thank you. Now let's do something funny for a change. This is something that I wrote a couple of years ago and has become a bit of a crowd favorite, as often the funny songs do. My wife poured me up a glass of Irish whiskey to relax me. It's a good idea. Got to be careful not to do too many of these. But anyway, here we go. That's fine. That's fine. Let's see. This is called a Saint Shane. A little blues. It goes like this. Well, I know a gal they call Jenna Janine, the most versatile woman that I've ever seen. She knows history, biology, Latin, and math. She knows auto mechanics and Kansas City jazz. Well, she's lively and she's lovely. She's clever and quaint. She's a lot of things, brother, but I'm saying she ain't. I said I'm saying she ain't. I was saying she ain't. Her looks can be deceiving, it's a common complaint. She's a lot of things, brother, but I'm saying she ain't. Here we go. I said I'm saying she ain't, honey. Ooh, saying she ain't. Her looks can be deceiving, it's a common complaint. She's a lot of things, brother, but I'm saying she ain't. She's delicious and vivacious and she's tasty and tough. She's rather multi-talented, so she can do it all. She's a socialite who's ever tight or back on tour. She's a wheeler and a dealer and an entrepreneur. Out of all her attributes might leave you feeling faint. She's a lot of things, brother, but I'm saying she ain't. I said I'm saying she ain't. I was saying she ain't. She's known across the country for a lack of restraint. She's a lot of things, brother, but I'm saying she ain't. I said I'm saying she ain't, honey. Ooh, no, I'm saying she ain't. Her red dress fits her like a fine coat of paint. She's a lot of things, brother, but I'm saying she ain't. She can trip life fantastic like an angel on a wing, and you'll take a trip to heaven every time you hear her sing. She's an artist, a guitarist, a poetess too. She can do the hokey pokey, she can dance the boogaloo. Oh, there's really only one fact that you yourself should acquaint. She's a lot of things, brother, but I'm saying she ain't. I said I'm saying she ain't. Who was saying she ain't? She's known across the country for a lack of restraint. She's a lot of things, brother, but I'm saying she ain't. And there you go. Thank you very much. That's called a Saint She Ain't, and that is not available anywhere because I haven't gotten around to do a proper recording of it. So we'll get around to it. That's one of the things that's really great about doing this show is it lets you all know that I have a YouTube channel. A lot of you probably don't even know I have a YouTube channel. And, I've been threatening to build it up and to make it into something special. And now's the opportunity to do it. Like so many of us, I've got a lot of free time. And so I've got some opportunities, as it were, to get my YouTube channel together, and we sort of cobbled together this little studio here at the house, so we're ready to go. So one of the things that you could do for me is subscribe to my YouTube channel. Another thing that you could do is make a donation in either through PayPal, or I don't know whether anyone outside of Canada can do an email money transfer, but however you like. If you want to drop a couple of dollars, a couple of euro to us, that would be awesome. And that stuff will go to pay for some new equipment, like a better mic that doesn't pop, for example. We'll do things like, I need a better computer. This one's a lovely computer, but it's not mine. I had to borrow it. And I need a bigger one than this for better resolution. There's all kinds of things to do to make this channel really, really special. And so your support would be awesome. So if you feel like I say, putting some money in the virtual hat, making a donation through PayPal, or becoming a subscriber to this site, that would be awesome. All the information you need down is in the description. Just click on the description, and I'm sure we'll be able to make beautiful music together. Okay, thank you. That's it. That's my pitch for the day. I'm going to do a blues that none of you have heard yet, I don't think. And I have to move this mic stand around. It's getting in the way here, isn't it? Yes, it is. I can just make a couple of adjustments here, make this work here. Here we go. I live in a town now in Ontario, in Canada, called Hamilton. It is one of the more industrialized cities in this country. And it's not pretty sometimes. In fact, there's a legendary view of the city when you're driving by along the lake, crossing over the skyway. It's intimidating, sometimes ugly, a little bit scary, kind of profound in its own way. I spend a lot of time gazing upon that particular vista on my various trips home from Hamilton from Toronto in the middle of the night. That's where the song comes from. This is called Eastport Drive. Queen Elizabeth Highway, 8 lanes wide. In the small dark hours of a Saturday night, quiet as a church, not a soul inside. I put in the clutch and take the Eastport Drive. I'll take the Eastport Drive in the middle of the night. Well, for better or worse, I know I'm alive. I smell the bitumen on Burlington and coke, and steel. And at least for a moment, I know what's real. I take the Eastport Drive in the middle of the night. The devil holds a torch up over the bay. The fireball burns with a soundless ray. The lift bridge floor sings a mariner's hymn like Gregorian monks underneath my rims. And the still gutter skyway is solemn and black like a dead man's cathedral by the great smokestack. Moon hangs low in our carcinogen sky, throws a faint glow across the Eastport Drive. I'll take the Eastport Drive in the middle of the night. Well, for better or worse, I know I'm alive. I smell the bitumen on Burlington and coke, and steel. And at least for a moment, I know what's real. I take the Eastport Drive in the middle of the night. You know what your soul sees when you're gumming that line, and you shake off the shackles of a troubling mind. Self-bound on Tesla through a world full of sin. Can you see the looking out is the same as looking in? I'm asking. Yeah, I don't need no doctor to say it's alright, and I don't need no preacher to show me the light. I just need one cup of coffee and 2 lucky strikes and an hour alone along from the Eastport Drive. I'll take the Eastport Drive in the middle of the night. Well, for better or worse, I know I'm alive. I smell the bitumen on Burlington and coke bottom steel. And at least for a moment, I know what's real. I take the Eastport Drive in the middle of the night. You might be saying a prayer or confessing your creed. You might be down in the throes of a sweet ecstasy. You might be running your life on a dangerous street. You might be riding the waves of some treacherous sea. Or see the end of days in a shiver of light, or feel the kingdom come like a thief in the night. You might be looking your killer straight in the eye. You might be gunning your Chevy on the Eastport Drive. I'll take the Eastport Drive in the middle of the night. Well, for better or worse, I know I'm alive. I smell the bitumen on Burlington and coke on steel. And at least for a moment, I know what's real. I take the Eastport Drive in the middle of the night. In the middle of the night. In the middle of the night. And that is called Eastport Drive. Thank you very much. I see a lot of people are in the chat room leaving messages. Thank you so much for that. I'm afraid I can't read them from where I'm sitting. That's too far away. What I'm going to do, though, is later on, after the show is done, I'm going to walk up there and maybe leave the camera rolling and just answer some of your questions. It's kind of an unusual way to do it, but that way at least we'll be able to communicate a little bit. In fact, if you're making any requests, I'm afraid I just can't tell, unless, of course, with these glasses. No, I just can't see anything. I see a lot of support, though, but I don't see any song titles, which is good. You're digging it the way it is. That's fine. All right, so what should we do next? We'll do one that I wrote from a friend of mine who lives in Normandy in France. So this one goes out to Loïc. It's once again one of those songs that I've written a long time ago that just got kind of put on the back burner. In this case, I wrote it while I was living with him. The last time I saw him, I think it was a couple of years ago, we did a tour of France, a small tour of France, around this time of year, I think it was. Maybe a little bit later on, maybe in April. I forget now. Maybe, yeah, closer to April. Well, this is April. Yeah, about 2 or 3 years ago, I think. Loïc, if you're watching, you can let me know when that was. And we had the whole gang was there. JB and Bertrand and Franck. And the whole gang was there. And Loïc was playing trombone, and my good friend Allison Young joined us from Canada, and we put together a superb band in France, and I just didn't know how to thank him. So Allison said, you know what you should do? You should write Loïc a song, because he likes the way you write songs. Maybe he would appreciate a song. And I thought, yeah, so I'll do that. So we had spent a lot of time talking about politics, as I am wont to do at the best of times, but Loïc is the same way. So we sat around and talked a lot about what was going on in the world. And so I wrote this song while I was at his house, and I made a little recording. And then promptly forgot about the song. Until, once again, I was reminded of it, and I dug it up. And so this next record that I do will be songs that have been lost and revived. So here we go. This is called I Did It For The Money. So because through true. So just a little bit of a background on this one. I added a slight sort of Spanish element to it, just to reflect Luis he's actually Spanish originally, even though he's a loyal Frenchman now. But nonetheless, I added that thing to honor his heritage, and I wrote the whole thing to make it sound a little bit like, like one of those sort of French cabaret songs that you might be familiar with, something like, well, you'll recognize it. Here we go. This is called I Did It for the Money, and it goes like this. I met a man from Riverside who could tell the most amazing lies. I watched him as the crowd would gather, enchanted by his blither blather. He thundered with a grave intent, spawning fear and discontent. The crowd would rave and scream for blood and roam the streets with shivs and clubs. Horrified, I stopped to ask him just what exactly had possessed him. He gave his answer to my question with a certain smoke of satisfaction. I did it for the money. I did it for the money. For sacks of gold and cold hard cash, and no one can find fault with that. For across this land and from sea to sea, there's just one single moral creed above reason and democracy, simply pure and boundless greed. It's not mysterious or funny. I did it for the money. I met a man from Chesapeake who sold weapons to the enemy, and guns and tanks to thugs and thieves and tin pot despots in the East. He watched 10,000 die in vain, children slaughtered, mothers slain. Just a vengeful handful remained, ensuring it would all start up again. I asked him, was he unafraid that they might hold him to his crimes one day? He looked at me quixotically and asked me, how could I be so naive? I did it for the money. I did it for the money. For sacks of gold and cold hard cash, and no one can find fault with that. And it's hard for you to understand, but I've got clients and a business plan, and their expectations rest on this, that my heart be filled with avarice. The answer is simple, sonny. I did it for the money. I met a man from the south of France who made a profit from a pestilence. He poisoned food and raped the land and scorched the earth like a firebrand. He sickened rivers, lakes, and streams, making garbage no one needs, as people gasping, gagged, and choked. He filled the air with smog and smoke. I looked at him quixotically and asked him how he utterly abandoned his humanity. He just laughed and said to me, I did it for the money. I did it for the money. And the market simply cannot bear these bees and trees and fresh clean air. And that's why every king and every priest will forever get down on their knees before the idol that decrees. We put enterprise before empathy. The answer is simple, son. did it for the money. And one day when the time is right, I'll creep into your room at night. I'll hold you down and pull my knife and cut your throat and take your life. And I hope, my friend, you'll realize as you fade into your cold twilight, I will have my reasons why I made the move to snuff your light. And it won't be hate or rage or pride or madman's taste for fratricide or politics from left or right or some religious twisted blight. I'll do it for the money. I'll do it for the money. I'll find a way to monetize your ghastly, grisly, gross demise. And all these pretty, petty rules are nothing but the dance of fools. There's no decency save industry, and dollars are my destiny. So it's nothing personal, honey. I'll do it for the money. And there we have it. Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you kindly. That's great. Yeah. I broke a nail. Doing this. Ouch! Well, that means I'm probably going to have to come to an end very shortly. But I'm going to try to muscle through one or two more songs before we wrap it up. So once again, thank you very much, everybody, for your support on this. I can see the feed, and I am going to go back and read those, all your comments and stuff like that. I actually can't wait to do that. I'm looking forward to looking to what you have to say there. But what can we end with? That would be nice. Something that everybody knows perhaps would be a good call. I sweep the floor to pay for my ticket. I stand in line at the lottery wicket, think about the day that I win, and how we'll spend my cash or when my number comes in. I have things to do and things to do. I got an appointment with my haberdasher too. Like to stand sharp, but I got no time to spare. I got a cozy little date at the club and trade share. We got a box seat at the very best venue, and I'll get the waiter to read me the French menu. I will start off with peaches and cream, and tonight I got a taste for Alsatian cuisine. And no one cares for your fight when you got bread, 'cause many looks won't kill your cash, will knock them dead. I'll have a sweet, steady girl, and two on the side. And every girl I know wanna be my bride. I'll be a man about town, a real VIP. I'll be the brand new toast to high society. And I'll take my buddies out drinking and howling at the moon. And I'm on the moon star until well into the afternoon. I'll take my breakfast in bed and my silk pajamas, tangerines and red bananas. When I sweeten my java, I'll be feeling no pain. I'll have a sugar bowl full of pure cocaine. They'll be calling me the soul of sin. When my number comes in. Well, let me see. I have places to be and people to see. Must postpone that business lunch until 3. There's the man who makes my shirts and the boy who shines my shoes. You know, I gotta look my best when I'm on the 6 o'clock news. And so for the rose, best get a mechanic and a dermatologist to make me look more photogenic. And after outing, well, just to be sure, there's the shave, massage, and haircut, and the manicure. And I'll spend my money, honey, any which way I please. 'Cause Just more than most folks we got expensive needs. I'll have a different suit for every day of the year. Houndstooth, herringbone, sharkskin, and cashmere. 100 pair of shoes that'll never touch the ground. A rolling jazz band just to follow me around. And you don't gotta take no shit when you got bread. Cause you can hire some chump to take it for you instead. First I'll quit my job, then I'll tell the foreman off. Buy the whole company and fire my boss. I'll buy a little place down by the seashore, and I won't have to live in this dump anymore. Yeah, they'll be sorry they didn't try to be my friend. When my number, I said, when my number, I said, when my number comes in, I open up them golden gates and let me in, baby. And that concludes my little performance today. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. It is now 3 o'clock our time, which probably means it's probably, it's about 10 o'clock in London or something like that, and it's probably it's probably 9 o'clock in Berlin and Paris. So I'm sure you've got lots of other wonderful things to do today, but I'm going to call it quits. My next show is here on... it will be at 8 o'clock our time, so it may be a little bit awkward for you to get to the next couple of shows. But if you liked it, please let me know. Maybe we could do another one real soon. I really had a great time doing this, and I hope you did too. Once again, click the subscribe button, as they say, and if you want to make a donation, you know how to do it. Just go down there and make the necessary clicks. Either go to PayPal or what have you. Thank you very much, everybody. I'm just going to... put my guitar down and then go up to that screen and answer some of your questions. Hold on. Now, let's see what we got here. Oh, we got all kinds of wonderful comments made here. Let me just scroll up here to the top. Sounding good. Sandy, here we go. People are clapping, applauding, and they can hear me just fine. That's great. Okay, so someone requested Andy's Requiem, which is such an awesome request. That might be difficult to do under these circumstances. And you also requested 3 Wishes. That's an excellent choice as well. So, Cadman75, whoever you are, I'm going to do that. Let me see. Let me go here. I'm going to definitely do that. I think that's a great choice, especially 3 Wishes. And what else we got here? Michelle Clark. In Toronto, Michelle Clark? How you doing, Michelle? Nice to see you. What do we got here? All right. I guess that's about it. That's about it from everybody. I can scroll a little bit further down here. Don't know the Hands Up song. That's called Music in the Street, by the way. So, Joel, I hope you got your whiskey. Yeah. Right. So Joel knows what I'm talking about. Highway 6 towards Hamilton. Yes, that's an interesting look as well. That's an interesting look. I know what you mean, man. But nothing is quite as creepy as that, or profound or scary or what have you, when you're crossing over the Burlington Skyway and you're looking out into the industrial north end of Hamilton. It's an experience that you stay with the rest of your life. I'm telling you right now. All right. It's gone. Hello, everybody. Who said hello. And Nick tells me this is the first time in 20 some odd years that he's seen Jake. He hadn't seen me until when we opened up for Brian Setzer back in Chicago back in the day. Those were interesting times. Hello, Alexandra. How you doing? That's great. Well, folks, I got a lot of love here, so I think we're going to have to do it again sometime. That's really great. And don't forget, I'm doing 2 more shows today, right? I'm doing one at 8 o'clock our time, and then another one late at night for the people out in LA and Vancouver. So, yeah, all the information is on my Facebook page if you need any more information. Oh, and Nick, requested a song called The 17 Dreams of Cameron Bean. That is a great song, I have to admit. Boy, that's a good one. I'll have to put that on the list. That's a good one. Thanks for making that request, Nick. I really appreciate it. Yes. And someone named Ginger Ninja 79 said, "Would you ever come to tour the UK?" And the answer is yes. Yes, I would love to tour the UK. As you know, it's crazy out there trying to get to the UK without an album. I'll have to release an album first, and then plan a tour around that. I think that's the best strategy. But that is what we'll probably do. We'll finish recording the record, and of course, at this time, recording a record seems a little bit difficult. But hopefully, we won't be held up for too long. Anyway, anything else? Thanks, Jake. You're very welcome, Metal and Dweller. Someone said they liked the song. I did it for the money. Thank you very much for saying that. I like that song too. And Jason McComb says that the Skyway is nasty, and yes, you are. Yes, you are right. And Luik finally, Luik chimed in. That's awesome. And that's pretty much everybody, I think, for the time being. And I'm looking at the clock. I think I'm going to wrap it up. I want to say thank you very much, everybody, once again, for tuning in and saying hello and enjoying the show. I hope you had a chance to make a donation and join the site. And I promise you, I will endeavor to make this a superb YouTube channel with lots of great music and interesting things. All right? So I'm just going to awkwardly move my cursor over to the end stream button and click it. And I'm a little bit, just relax and say thank you very much. Take care.